piece of cardboard. It's something that I believe in. Something that we need. I think we need it. If you don't think we need it, that's your opinion. But right now, Virginia, will you tell us why you don't want a police department?
No comment.
Linda? Robin?
Don't need it. Why do we need it? We don't need it. We're a village. We're a little village. You know, I raised 2 daughters in this little town. It's a village. They could come and go as they pleased. They went to the park. They rode up to the grocery store. Nobody bothered them. It was a village. We had no police officers running around. It was a quiet little town. We didn't have any troubles whatsoever. You know, I don't understand why our town, our village, has to waste the money on a police department. If there's other things the town needs, that's what it needs. We don't need a police department.
Okay.
You know, we don't. Why? Why waste your money? But I'm just telling you, it's a quiet, peaceful little town.
Have you ever had your house almost broke into? Have you ever had your house broke into, ma'am? I've lived here 8 years.
Well, I've lived here 40 years. No, I have not.
Okay, I'm still waiting for Edgar County officers.
Well, no, I've lived here almost 40 years, and no, I have not had all this trouble that everybody's talking about.
You never had nobody come and mess with your stuff?
No, I have not. No.
This is an open public comment right now.
That's right, it's public. I can speak what I want to speak. No, I've not had any trouble with anybody. No.
Thank you. You know, before I was 18, my mom and dad always watched them go vote. They pushed me to vote. I voted in this election.
I did too.
I voted for it. I voted to keep it. Was it wrong? In some people's eyes, yeah. Was it right? In some people's eyes, yes. Everybody has their own opinion here. You can have that opinion.
That's right.
You guys can have your opinion. But go about it the right way.
Amen.
Present it the right way. If there's an avenue to go, do that. Don't just come in and go, no police department, just because. This country, this state, this town was built red, white, and blue. Well, right now it's red, white, and black, because you guys have given this town a black eye.
You got something you want to finish?
I mean, you know, I was raised to fight for your rights. And I feel like I don't have no rights in a small little town. If people on here don't want the police force, that's your choice. But I think we need it. Because my house got almost broke into. Not only that, I feel anytime you come up here, we don't have no rights. You know, I mean, it don't matter to do with the water department, police department, or what. Most people are fair. I have no quarrels with anybody. I get along with everybody. But when your rights are violated and you don't have no rights, then no one, everybody wants to move out of town. Then businesses don't want to come in. I mean, is that wrong? Anybody out there, can you tell me, is that wrong?
What businesses?
I mean, if I was a business, I would want to try to come in here and try to do something, but you can't because everybody votes everything out.
Business does fine here, I'll tell you that. It does great.
Then I'm glad. I'm glad to see your business. I'm glad. I hope it keeps working for you. Roger?
I'm a veteran of the United States Army and proud of it. And I thought, like Kurt said, people went to serve their country for a reason, to protect the rights of the people, that freedom may reign forever. It seems to be getting iffy anymore in the United States of America. In 1975, I was appointed a deputy sheriff to serve part in Brockton and part with Edgar County. And don't tell me there wasn't anything going on in Brockton. My telephone rang off the wall, and it rang off the wall to Edgar County Sheriff's Department. We've had murders in this town, attempted murders. We've had drugs, drunks, and I'll tell you what, there's more stuff going on than some things, people know about. And the policeman that was here, we've had things solved. We've had drugs uncovered in this town. There's things that people don't know that happens in this town. People go up and complain about speeders. You get somebody going through town 40 or 50 mile an hour, and you have a youngster go out there and get run over, and then make people think twice. It's a privilege to have a policeman. We should be lucky if we could have a part-time policeman, that's all. And that's what we are hoping to solve and get through. But the big thing is, it was put up for a vote, and we won by one vote. Go down to Indiana and tell them they only won by one basket when they beat Kentucky. And tell them we've got to take that back because you only won by 1 point. Does that make sense? No, it doesn't. I stand for freedom, and I'll stand up for forever. Thank you.
I've talked to a few of the people that don't want the police station in. And I can see both sides. Why some people do want it, why some people don't. And this is, when I moved here, I've only lived here about 1.5 years now. I moved here because it was a nice, quiet town. And I thought people would get along. But this is really showing, especially with the news here now, showing people that this isn't a nice town, it's a conflict town. I understand what you two are saying about the rights and about the military and everything. Personally, I think you two that don't live in this town and are not citizens of this town are just starting trouble. I understand you're wanting to help and everything, but you're kind of stirring things up even more, and it don't need to go there. If people have a problem, then we know how to take care of ourselves. If the board doesn't do what it's supposed to do, then do something. Go to the town lawyer yourself and talk to him yourself. All this is just ridiculous, and now we have, like I said, we have the news here. What the hell, people? Let's just either get along, agree to disagree, and get on with it. Because personally, seeing all this conflict, now I'm starting to wish I didn't bring my family here. And it's not because we have a police department or we don't, it's the conflict. Nobody wants to move to a place with conflict. So let's settle this, get it over with, and move on with it.
Jim?
I got a question for the young lady who just standing up there and making her talk. She was talking about the rights. I wonder if she would hold some gentleman at gunpoint while the sheriff's department comes from Paris and hold them there at gunpoint to make sure that they didn't harm her family. And we've had police departments before. I can't remember the lady's name now, but she got Sarah Ashmore. Back whenever she was on the village board, there was a gentleman from Sidell that rode shotgun here in his private vehicle at the Brockton Police Department. And I can remember when Roger was on the police department here through the sheriff's department, but he had to spend so many hours per week in the village of Brockton. Am I right, Roger?
That's correct, sir.
And that's all I have to say on this subject.
Anyone else?
And for someone that has lived here all of her life, I'm proud that my grandfather and my aunts and uncles and everyone fought in the war for my right. So why can you people take my right away? Because if that's the case, I'm sorry, but I don't like you on the board, so I want to override that vote. I mean, I have nothing against you guys as people, but you're taking away our constitutional right. I have something against that. Because no matter if you win by 1 vote, 5 votes, 1,000, it does not matter. Elections is elections.
That's right.
It's said, it's done, move on. Unless you can give good reasons why you don't want it. All you're saying is no comment. Why?
Advice of our attorney.
I'm sorry?
Advice of our attorney.
And see where that got you?
Is that in writing, Virginia?
All right, let's keep it peaceful.
Okay.
Next, anybody? You've had your turn, let's be fair to everyone else. Mark, second chance, all right?
This doesn't have nothing to do with the police department. It's about sidewalks.
Okay?
Dennis, did Rodney contact you about having that sidewalk board, him doing it himself?
Rodney told me he was gonna do it and pay for it himself. Yes.
Linda, did Rodney contact you and talk to you about it? And what'd you say?
I told him to talk to the mayor.
And you said whatever the mayor said? No?
No, I did not say whatever.
You said talk to the mayor, and the mayor said it was fine. So then it must have been fine to be done?
It was fine with me, but it's not our sidewalk.
Well, I noticed last month, you never spoke up about any of that during the meeting, about the sidewalk. That Rodney had contacted you or anything. Any reason why?
No.
That's all I wanted to know. Thanks.
Anyone else?
Yes. Why are we so interested in having a police department? The policeman that we had helping us here is now working at Kansas, I understand, and they have a full-time police department. And 6 young men with a full-time police department, 6 young men broke into one man's house and just beat the tar out of him. And we have somebody come in, what, 2 hours? And every kid knows when they're coming to town. It's no secret. If he isn't parked up at the post office, he's parked at your house. Or I think he makes the rounds of town. I'm not sure. That's the only places I've ever seen. And I'd like to say one more thing. It was misquoted in the Watchdogs, whatever they had, Facebook or whatever. That referendum did not read to start a police department. It said to retain a police department, and there was no police department to retain. That had already been dissolved. No, it wasn't.
Like I said, word games.
Anyone else? Let's be fair. Jim, second chance, all right?
Okay. I got a question for you, Dennis.
Okay.
Was he still on our police department because the resignation had not been accepted?
Was what now, I'm sorry?
Was he still classified as the Brockton Chief of Police because his resignation had not been accepted?
As of today?
No, at that time she was talking about.
Oh, you mean at the Kansas situation? I'm not following what you're talking about.
She said that we didn't have a police department at the time that this year voting was going on, but he was still the chief of police at that time in our department, was he not?
He's still listed on the roster from the State Board of Police as the Chief of Police in Brockton.
Thank you. So we still have a police department, right?
That may or may not be true. He is not paid, no.
But he's still on the roster.
Kurt?
Has the State Board of Elections nullified the ballot initiative?
No.
They have not?
No.
They answered the question, why would you have a police force? It passed by one vote. The voters have spoken.
That's right.
And until you have invalidated it through the State Board of Elections following state law, the people spoke. It's pretty simple. You just have to read the law.
The State Board of Elections was not even challenged on the referendum.
That's right. And that's why the ballot passes.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay, I have 2 questions myself, and I'm doing this as a personal reason. I'm tired of the rumors going around that I call people, and I would like to ask John Kraft and Kirk Allen, did I contact you to come to our meeting last month?
Absolutely
not.
Kyle, did I contact Channel 3 News? Okay, thank you.
What do you do?
Pardon me? I said no.
He's, okay, no.
Okay. Kyle's from Channel 3 News.
What was the second question?
That was
Oh,
sorry. Okay, we're going to move on to old, okay.
I have to write everything in a minute, so.
Okay. Okay.
Wait a second, it just came to my mind, like what your involvement in this thing. Now, I just want to quell any rumors that have been floating around here. The ballot referendum, the whole idea was initiated by me last year. As far as any phraseology that was on the petition or the wording of the question itself, that was between me and a university law professor that I secured over the internet. So now if anybody wants to say that Dennis had a hand in it, you can shut your mouths.
Okay. We're going to move on to full business. Who wants to start? No old business?
Well, did you talk to Jamie about parking his truck on the sidewalk?
I have not seen Jamie, no.
Has the garage door been ordered for the,
Me and Leon just had to talk about that.
we're going to get it done? And as best as Mike has told you about trees need to be trimmed yet? No, you haven't asked me about trees to be trimmed. That's all I have for old business.
Anyone else? I have one piece of old business, just a clarification, because I've been asked by several people. The newspaper that come out with Virginia and Linda's picture is from the foundation. Wording again says that they paid for the park equipment, but we have in the department reports last month that they paid $2,000. What did they pay?
They paid $2,000.
They paid $2,000.
They donated to.
They donated $2,000. Was that on a grant, or was that just an outright donation?
No, that was a grant. I filled out the grant.
Okay. Anyone else? We can move on to new business. Under new business, we have vote to send police inventory to the attorney.
Well, I want to make a motion to send the police inventory to the attorney. I'd like to have it to him in a week.
I'll second that.
The motion is send police inventory to attorney in 1 week. Okay. So all in favor? Okay, roll call. Rick?
I didn't know this was on the agenda. I didn't see the agenda when we walked into the meeting.
Did anybody say?
What is, okay, I have a question about, what is the goal of sending the property?
So the attorney has a list of all of our property. I have asked Dennis numerous times for it, and he finally gave me one that has the, well, he first had one that what we purchased and one was donated. Then it was changed from purchase to loans, and then there were some items missing, and the attorney would like to see what all we have in our inventory.
This is our attorney, wants to see what we have in here.
Yeah, we're sending it to our attorney.
Does he have a
What do you, are you talking about a list? Oh,
A list of what we
okay,
have.
okay, that was, okay.
Like the cars and the
Yeah.
building and the
Just
guns
property.
and all the property. All the property belongs to the police department.
If all you're wanting to do is send this inventory list to the attorney, why do you even need to vote on it? He is our attorney who represents us. He is privy to any information that we have. Is that not correct?
Does he have a list of it?
No,
He does not now, he does not currently.
no, he currently does not have a list. We do not have a list.
So what's the issue? I mean, I don't see why there even needs to be a vote on it.
You have a list for everybody?
You got the list.
But my list isn't complete.
Yeah, the list, okay, that, okay, I was on that one. All right, all right. I don't think we need to take a vote on that.
Well, no, just talk about it.
Just send that list, yes.
Okay.
I don't think you
Is
need to
everyone
vote.
agreeable just to make sure that the
Well,
attorney
it's not
has a
something
list?
that you have to vote on, I mean, it's just a list that you want to give the attorney.
That's good.
I don't think we have to have it, it doesn't even need, you don't have to vote on that. I mean, it's.
All right,
it's
in order to
village
resolve,
property,
it's village property.
so people have access to any list of any property that we own, I mean.
He should have,
We don't need to.
because I'm sure part of it's been insured, hasn't it? Is it listed in our insurance since the village owns it?
Well, it should be.
Well, is it? It should be.
It's under, I'm sure it's under a blanket policy.
Do you know anything about that, Helen? Did you remember the insurance?
I didn't list anything for the police department when I made the inventory. There is a list of all of our property, tools, cars, vehicles, or machinery of any kind. There was a list of it. I told Jenny about it. It would be right. I called it the inventory. But I didn't know. I was never given a list of anything from the police department put on it. But everything at the water department and the garage and all over is on it.
Well, then we,
If there was a motion made and a second made, do you guys have to vote on it? Is that procedure or not?
No, it's not procedure, but if they want to vote on it, go ahead. I just don't see the point.
Yeah, that went so fast, I didn't have time to even, think about that. I don't think we need to vote.
well, then maybe we just need to discuss what the resolution is.
Well, no, you're just wanting us for the vote.
Then you should rescind the motion, then probably should.
Yeah, that's what needs to be done.
Rescind the motion.
Because all you're needing to do is send back. So we don't need a motion, we need to send that motion.
Okay, well, well, you have the list that you have. That's all I have.
That's what you have to send. If that's what you want to do.
I would like to have a complete list.
Well, no problem. I'm just gonna have to assume that this like that is the.
All right.
Okay, vote on disposal method of police department equipment.
We're going to discuss, would we want that put up for bid or by auction?
Why are we still some question on ballots being illegal? Why are we progressing until we find out exactly?
We just want to know about how.
Well, I'll get there. Give me a minute. Why we're even worried about it this time until everything is resolved. And then we can get rid of, if it's resolved. No, our rights have been resolved. Our rights have been taken away too, but we are voting. But, we need, until this election, or whoever tells us, hey, this was, you're legal to do it.
Well, we'll just step ahead and we'll decide how we're going to do it. Do you think, the attorney thinks it would be best to put it up for bids? What do you, an auction or bid?
I got a question, you guys. I'm sure you're all aware that there's been a complaint made on the last board meeting to the State Attorney General's office, and I believe it would be in your best interest to wait till that complaint was clarified.
I agree with that.
You do what you want.
They're putting the horse before the cart.
The actual complaint is asking for the vote of last month's meeting to be nullified. And if that is done so, then you are putting the cart before the horse. I think you need to see what the State Attorney General's office has to say before we get, it's been there sitting there this long. I don't see where it's costing you to set it a little longer.
Well, Dennis, she was going to contact the State Board of Elections. Did you do that?
I did, and I told you what I found from the State Board of Elections. I talked to two different ladies there. you talked to a person there, and we both ended up with different versions. And I still think that until we get someone from the election board to either declare this advisory or binding in writing, we don't have an answer. Because as Mr. Cash's letter clearly reads, it is an attorney opinion.
Well, Mr. Ken Menzel, he emailed me Monday, June the 18th, that his opinion is the same as Mr. Cash's.
And Mr. Menzel is also the attorney
For the State Board of
also.
Elections.
So, as I said last meeting, I still think this needs to go in front of the judge. It sounds to me like it may end up.
Here it is. Mr. Cash's opinion letter appears to be solidly reasoned to me, and I cannot find fault with it as an opinion.
It's because you're the one that.
Is that an opinion?
Is that to me?
So we need to move on with this meeting. Do you want to vote to on the disposal method, or what do you want? Do you want to move on to the
Just
next?
rescind that then, if we're not going to be doing anything.
I'm sorry?
I said we just rescind that.
Okay. Then we need to
We want to
move
make
on.
sure that you're off anything, they want their thing voted.
We need to move on with this grievance procedure. Has anyone seen this grievance procedure for the Ike grant? It's a standard procedure from Ike, from the people there asking it. All this does is allow you to have a procedure for voicing complaints if you feel that the grant is not followed out in the correct manner. We do need to approve that if we want to continue with this grant. If we want to get rid of the grant, then don't approve.
Did you see this, Leo?
We will not start until fall. Right now, they don't even have a plan definitely in stone, which is another reason why I've been trying to get a hold of Mr. Moorcraft and have not been able to get a hold of him.
Give us how long it's going to be before they do anything?
It'll be fall.
Sticks out in the yard.
Well, it'll be fall.
Be fall?
Yeah.
I think you'll start.
That's what they plan.
I went to that county meeting in the spring, I think it was March or April, they had that, I think it was March, they had that meeting down in Paris. And at that point in time, they thought they wouldn't even turn the first piece of dirt in Brockville until October, late October. That's what they were looking at.
I could try to get a hold of, when I get a hold of Mr. Moorcraft, I'll put it this way. When I get a hold of Mr. Moorcraft, I'll ask him if you can take your stakes.
Now, as soon as it comes, get cut them over around.
I said that one. Might as well just pass the prevailing wage around our way, and also that is on the agenda also. Okay, if there's no problems that anyone has with this grievance procedure for the Ike grant, I need a motion to approve Section 504 grievance procedure of the Ike grant.
I'll make the motion to approve that.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, you've all seen the prevailing wage ordinance also. This is prepared by our attorney. He does all the changes, corrections, or anything else. It's a standard prevailing wage that we have to pass every year. And it is simply called the Certificate of Prevailing Wage Ordinance. If there's no problems with this, I need a motion to approve the prevailing wage ordinance. Second?
All in favor?
Okay, someone's got on their vote to hire a part-time maintenance worker.
Yeah, that's mine. With us needing to get some road work done before they come in and check the oil, Damon is going to need some help. With somebody part-time.
Do you have someone in mind?
Well, I was wondering about Chris, which I don't know his last name.
Chris Pearson?
Pearson. Yes, I haven't talked to him.
He's better job. Yeah, I think he's employed now. Do you have the prevailing wages?
So no, I don't have anybody else than I was thinking of.
Would it be feasible to get board approval to hire someone that you may find and set a wage for that person so that this procedure could be, you want to make that motion?
Make the motion to hire someone to help Damon.
John, would you be interested in helping? Do you have any time?
Thank you, Robert. Yeah,
What was that last one? Marshall, when you was patching, did you pay 10?
You don't pay that good work.
That worked for Damon.
No, I think we need to set.
Yeah, it has to be in the minutes now.
850 was taller. 850 is taller. It worked good.
Now, how much?
Marshall just said 850 was the bottom end.
850 is
And the halfway decent workers, you give them $10 an hour.
so that is your proposal to hire a person at $8.50 per hour part-time to help Damon?
Okay.
Did you get a second on that?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Now, if I'm not mistaken, according to the state, that person has got to be 18 or older, correct?
Right, to operate any machine. Okay, any more new business? Move on with open discussion. What does anyone have? Anyone? You got nothing? You got something, Lloyd?
Are we getting to the point of the final cost of the water plant yet?
Yes, the costs are completed.
Then once you get to that point, then it's be around $380,000, $390,000, I'm assuming.
Right.
Then you're going to sign it. No,
It's already been signed.
that there again, but
It's already been passed and signed, yeah.
how can they sign? This requires a resolution ordinance by the board to authorize you to sign it.
We did that.
We did that.
You did that. There was a resolution ordinance.
Yeah.
Resolution, yeah.
That was when the
There
guys.
was a resolution made, which is an ordinance type, everything, and passed an ordinance.
No, that was.
No, that wasn't an ordinance, you made a motion. There wasn't an ordinance, according to law, you have to prepare a resolution or an ordinance to permit your mayor to sign an indebtedness of $380,000, which exceeds what you're authorized to do by the Illinois state statute, if that's the way you've done it.
We actually don't have one where
The way it was done was all approved by the same attorney that we've used all this time. So,
Cash approval.
yeah, he did.
Wrong again, huh?
Then I might add also the bank's attorney signed off on it.
The bank's attorney was here at the meeting. And
Yes,
signed
that's right.
Also.
We didn't make our decision.
It was the very next meeting we did though. Yes.
Well, it's in the minutes, just look up the minutes.
Okay, anything else, yes?
What was put up for collateral on that loan?
The water line itself?
Just the water ball?
Yep, just water.
Thank you.
Anything else on open discussion?
Dennis, could I make one comment, please?
Yep.
On behalf of American Legion, I would like to thank the town for their donation to help put the flags on Main Street, the poles and flags. I think it's a big help to looks of the town. The other thing, we talked at the Legion meeting last night about leaving them up until fall, or would you prefer we take them down, put them back up before Labor Day?
I personally think the longer you leave them up, the better it is.
Well, that's what we thought. We thought it looked better when we come into town, so.
Right. And I personally appreciate what the American Legion has done with the flags. Any more? Need a motion to adjourn. Did you have something, Bill, first?
I'm just going to make a comment. Linda, I'd like to get with you after the meeting. I'd like some specifics about these alleged complaints about trash out of the ball diamond after the game. You know, the general statement is fine, but I'd like some specifics. You know, what days did this allegedly take place? Because as far as I'm concerned, there was no day that there was trash out there.
That there was no trash? But there was trash or there wasn't?
There was no trash. As far as I heard your statement earlier, you're saying something about trash after the games.
Well, somebody had complained about some trash after the games, and then Lori said that they always picked it up. That's all I know.
Okay, well,
So
this person that made the complaint, were they specific about what day it was?
It was last meeting.
That was mainly about that when you had the tournament up there. They thought it was a little bit dry. They really thought it was a little bit dry last year.
But it just said Chuck Stone thanked the weather for cleaning up that ball field at Spring Fest. And it was talking about trash.
And I also did it immediately following that the girls' tournament that occurred a week or two ago. So I just wanted to get that cleared up.
Did they leave a lot of trash, or was there?
No, actually, the people out there, now 3 years ago when I started out there, it was terrible.
Okay, well, she said
But now, all this year, they've been great about cleaning up after themselves. I've had to pick up very little trash.
And I had not complained to her. She said she heard that they had complained, and I thought.
Oh, okay.
I was making a statement. I drove through there one time, and it must have been that inopportune time. There was trash there. It did not stay there long, is all I'm saying. And I thought Bill must have picked it up. Maybe I was wrong.
I don't know. They said they took it home with them and everything.
Okay. I wasn't actually complaining. I was complimenting somebody.
Hey, Dennis.
Wait. Go ahead.
As far as being on the board, have any of you read the statute of your powers and duties that outline the operation of your job, the powers that the state gives you in your capacity as a board member? Okay. When you get an opinion from an attorney, and this is first-hand example, and I can go on for hours about this, we've been told by state's attorneys, no, that's not the way it is. That's not my opinion. And we've proven it wrong over and over and over. But regardless of an opinion from an attorney, there's a procedure to challenge a ballot that has never been followed. Read the law and then come back and say, well, we're just going to go with an opinion. It doesn't work that way. That's not the system of government that we are under. It just doesn't work that way. Opinions are great, and we could give you know how lawyers are. I'm sorry if I offended any lawyers. You could get an opinion on both sides of it instantly. You pay them and you get the opinion. I could pay an attorney to conflict with Mr. Cash's opinion. The law is pretty clear. And I don't understand why we aren't back to that one focus first and foremost before any other decisions are made. I don't understand that. Can anybody explain why we're ignoring that one vote? Why is that? Nobody? No comment? Thank you very much.
Okay, the motion is on the table and seconded.
Who seconded? Who seconded it?
I will.
All in favor?
Oh.